Hello, Pye Nation. How are you today?
Why does it always seem like I'm looking at the wrong place?
You got to look at the camera.
But then I can't see us because the camera's off to the side.
Well, we have
to talk to Justin about that.
We can certainly have that conversation later. How are you guys doing this evening? I am Bill Spada, CEO of Dev Team 6, and I've got Eric.
That's me today.
Anderson, CTO of Dev Team 6. We are here and pretty excited about this AMA. Very well aware that a lot of people are getting excited for the holidays, so we, from ours to yours, wish you guys all a happy holidays this holiday season, and hope all you wish for, which we all know we have a lot of wishes.
Wishes.
To
I know there's a rhyme in there somewhere.
There is a rhyme.
Something about wishes and fishes, or
so we wish you all the best and hope all your holiday dreams come true.
Absolutely. Wrapping up the year.
Wrapping up the year. So with that being said, we are going to get started with the Pye AMA tonight. We are definitely going into some of the final laps on a few things, and we feel we read through some of the questions. Questions were very, very good. There were some interesting pieces that you guys are asking about, such as 2022, some things that you're interested in, and we certainly hope to cover as much of that as possible today for you. We do want to bring you guys up to speed, give you a solid update regarding the Pye ecosystem. I know there's a lot of questions out there. There's a lot of people kind of looking for some answers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with an update. And the update is going to cover the obvious one, the Pye swap, which everyone is very excited about. We're actually extremely excited.
Super excited.
Even more excited than we were last week.
It is a truism.
Or the week before, or the week before that. And I'll get to that here in a second. Then we're also going to cover Pye charts. We're going to cover an update on exactly where Pye charts is at right now, what to expect, where the next steps are, and when you can see the upgraded version 2. Then we're going to get into Pye Wallet, which we also know is of near and dear interest to a lot of our people in the community. The Pye Wallet we'll give you an update on as well. Then we're going to go through some of these questions. Some, like I said, are definitely topics that kind of relate to 2022 and beyond, and where we're going and things like that, and gives you a bigger picture update as to what the plans are for Pye and the ecosystem behind it. So with that being said, we are going to start with PyeSwap.
All right.
PyeSwap. So there's obviously, with the migration, transition, obviously we are going to be staking the liquidity onto PyeSwap once PyeSwap is public and ready to go live. I do want to bring an update, and I'll let Eric add to this here in a second. We have, in our testing process, in that phase of everything, one of the biggest things that, we were very, very prideful of, I guess you could say. Actually, more
hate that
Eric,
word, prideful.
more Eric than me, I think, in a lot of sense, because he's very deep in making stuff unique and different and very custom. And what we've done with PyeSwap when we were getting to the testing phase is we created a custom UI UX that was built on a platform, and we absolutely, at first, we liked it, we thought it was great, and that was prior to connecting all the pieces and going into testing. When we got into testing, we realized that the UI UX, it's kind of like bunking the system in a sense, because we were changing the flow in a way that wasn't your typical, the way that it used to work, or the way that PancakeSwap worked, or the way that Uniswap works, because they're all almost identical.
They are.
And we realized that being off standard or off the grid a bit in just the flow and how it was working was definitely something that we didn't want to. There were pieces of it that were not exactly the way that we had hoped it would be. So there is good news, though. The good news is we've been working on the new UI UX now for a good maybe week and a half or so. So it's just connecting all the dots, testing it one more time, and then obviously with the market the way things are, it's actually probably been a blessing in disguise in a way, because we do want to launch PyeSwap and have the big marketing push and the big push to get adoption and people excited and get them in there and using and engaging with PyeSwap. When there's a positive sentiment that's out there, we're starting to see little blips of it here and there, but for the most part, we're not seeing a lot of volume in the market, especially with the holidays going on right now. So this kind of gave the community as well as the development side an opportunity to really just make sure that we were going to release what we want to release exactly from day one, not release something and then change the UI UX a week or two or three down the road. So that's kind of where we were with PyeSwap. We do have, can we talk about our dev that we've also brought in that is doing the UI UX for PyeSwap?
A little bit. What do you want to talk about?
Maybe allude to some past projects.
Some past
that this
projects?
person has
Sure,
worked on.
we could.
We are very, very blessed over a lot of our networking, a lot of our partnerships, a lot of the things that, and we don't really get into too many partnerships. We don't get into details or into the weeds on who, what, when, where, how. A lot of reasons is because there's just so many things going on. I mean, it just never stops, right?
It doesn't.
And so if we were to really narrow down and break down each and every person that's touching PyeSwap or touching the wallet or touching charts for that matter, it would probably take a 4 or 5 hour AMA at some point to really get deep in the weeds on that. But in this case for PyeSwap, we're actually very, very blessed, very, very honored, and very, very excited that we have added a member to the team that we feel is going to also continue on our development side through the Pye ecosystem and pretty much be a part of all the projects.
That's right.
This person, we won't get into names, but we can tell you their background. They actually were on SafeMoon's team prior to coming to us and working with us, partnering with us. They were also a big part of building out shopping.io. They've built out many other various large platforms and technology that's built on blockchain. And working with them just over the last maybe 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, they are lightning speed, I would say.
They're very good.
They are very good, and we have very, very good scoping done with them to where the projects and the evolution of the projects that we're building with them are very deep into the innovation of what we're trying to accomplish here at Pye. And our confidence in this person is just absolutely sky high. We all know what happened with the SafeMoon situation. CTO left. This all is kind of why this person is out there and is available to work with. And they've decided to join and take on and work inside the Pye project. I'm very much convinced that with their UI UX, it's going to feel like the standard, but it's also going to build in all the back end that's been already been worked on with the router system and all the things that we've already discussed, and that's all going to be a high level of high standard when we release it. So we're planning to wrap that up here shortly. We do believe that to be soon. It's something that obviously with holidays and everything else, I hate to say it, but we're not in a rush to just throw it out there and get it done tomorrow. I wouldn't say that it's not done. I would say we could release Pye Swap right now if we really wanted to, but at this stage, we want to be able to build the marketing behind it, give it a couple days of marketing, push the big awareness platform program that we have in terms of campaign, and make sure that we're doing this with the most pressure in terms of interest in the Pye ecosystem, because the next steps that will take place from that on, obviously you're going to have Apple and Cherry. There's going to be staking involved. People are going to ask, what's the utilities for Apple and Cherry? There are utilities for Apple and Cherry. There's tokenomics. There's
BNB rewards along with your staking.
The BNB rewards along with your staking. All that's going to be a part of when we release this, and there's a lot to be offered in terms of that side of the ecosystem. So we want to make sure that as we get into that stage, which we believe, first week, second week of January, we're going to find ourselves in a very opportunistic time when people re-engage with everything cryptocurrency, the stock market, all the things that happen out there. It's going to put us in a place where we now are in an opportunistic place to move forward with everything. So please, if you have more questions about Pye Swap, please bring them to us. Let us know. But I believe for the most part, we answered most of the questions just by giving the update. I know there's some questions such as, staking going to be available as soon as we launch? Absolutely is going to be available. Anybody that saw what we did with Dogex. With Treasure Token, it was available immediately. The high APRs were there. And obviously as people have been staking and staking more and more and more, the APR goes down. But it's definitely going to be very fruitful for the people who start and stake immediately. And the migration, we also are going to be looking at taking some of the new Pye with its liquidity and possibly staking it on some of the other exchanges, just because we do believe getting more exchanges that can trade, especially with no tokenomics, is only going to build a bigger, wider reach for us across multiple countries, and being able to use that awareness to our advantage and really try to build out more than mass adoption for the Pye Swap platform. Knowing what it's going to do and what it brings to the token side is super important. There is a question in here about blockchain, the Pye blockchain.
There is.
There is a question in here about Pye blockchain in 2022. And the one question they said is it going to be tied to the Pye coin, or is it going to be a new coin and separate? It is definitely going to be a new coin, and it will be separate. However, on the Pye chain, we are obviously going to utilize the holders in the Pye ecosystem when that happens. The Pye chain is, I've been asked a lot of questions about it. It's smart contracts. It's all the same stuff that you get with Ethereum. Obviously, the BSC chain is almost an identical twin to it as well, with the low gas fees. And we are going to try to cater to certain spaces is really the idea. So some of the features and functions we're going to add. So it's not just going to be, okay, let's go fork Ethereum or let's go fork BSC chain and run from there. It's going to be, let's do this where we've pre-built before we ever launched it, the nodes, all the stuff that goes along with it. We're going to have all of this stuff ready at launch time. So we're not launching it and we're kind of building the layers into it as we go. The idea is to have these features and functions built specifically, for specific applications, for specific utility, for the smart contract side, which we all know what the smart contract side brings to a chain, as well as obviously to be able to also power parts of PieSwap to where we use that to do a lot of the wrapper stuff, a lot of being able to go from one chain to the next chain to the next chain, and it's all powered and built off of the Pye chain. So it is coming in 2022. I would say if I was a guessing man, I don't want to bet on this, but if I was a guessing man, it is already being worked on. Developer is in place and it is already being done. We do anticipate with all the features and functions that we've put in the scope that we should be wrapping up with it probably by June, I would say.
Let's just call it mid 2022.
Mid 2022 is a good way of putting it. So
a
we
little
do
flexibility in there.
We do believe that we'll update you along the way. Obviously, we'll give and bring a lot of updates on what to expect, what and how that's going to affect the holders of Pye. Just keep in mind the holders of Pye are always going to obviously reap the rewards and the benefits and the innovation of the Apple and Cherry and holding Pye and what it does with PieSwap and how those all come together in the ecosystem, the NFT side, how we utilize those tokens with NFTs. All that stuff is still going to continue and exist within, even though the chain will be its own coin, it'll be kind of like the BNB version of BSC or the ETH version of the ETH side. It will actually be the native coin that is traded for swapping or for smart contracts. If it's going in and out of something, that's going to be kind of the main coin that it's driven by. So we do feel very excited to go down that road and working with the developer actually that's on it. I can't. We got very, very lucky in a lot of our conversations. And building the team here at Dev Team 6 has definitely been a learning curve. I think you all know that. And I think everybody in the cryptocurrency space could also agree. You're going to find a lot of real good people, and you're going to find a lot of people that can tell you what you want to hear. And then when you get going into the ground and you start really working with dirt and shovels, it doesn't always come out that way. So we've done some ad nauseum search on doing and building relationships and building stuff with other people. And doing that has really unveiled some of the most trusted and some of the best talent when it comes to development in crypto. And I say that, and I don't say it loosely. I say it because I believe it, mainly because if anyone has walked a mile in our shoes in this process, you would understand why we feel so strongly and we're so confident with the people that we work with today within Dev Team 6 and the bigger picture of all of the ecosystem that's being built here. I do see a question on the screen. I will address it really quick. When we do stake the new Pye on PieSwap, it'll stake around a $32 million market cap. Just so everybody's clear on that. I think that's been a question, and I think some people were kind of wondering, what the market cap price per BNB or what that would come out to. But when we do it and we do the math and we put it all together, it comes out to about $32 million staking at $32 million market cap on there. So all of you guys that are out there that are looking at the current Pye on PancakeSwap and going, wow, that's twice the price.
3 times the price,
It
actually.
is, and there will be some arbitrage that will happen. Of course, when that happens, and that's okay. I mean, we have to kind of go with what we go with. Unfortunately, when we staked it and staked a little bit of LP that's on PancakeSwap, it was staked around 33 million.
It was.
Obviously,
there.
some people in their heads believe that, okay, it ended at 16 million, so it should start at 16 million on PieSwap. No, no. It's starting at 32 million.
Yeah.
So we're clear on how that's going to work. Charts. So charts, Igor is working on charts. Igor is a developer within our Dev Team 6 realm of development. He has been really doing a phenomenal job on getting charts,
Sure.
really the data side of it, and working very diligently to get it cleaned up and put into a place where it basically runs on cruise control, essentially. But do you want to give them an update on where Igor's at?
Sure, yeah. Basically, we're just finishing up a lot of loose ends that came with charts in the beta phase. Some of the way that variables were handled and in the session itself instead of in the system. So we moved all those variables to local variables. Right now, we are setting up a nice auto-scaling, load-balanced environment on AWS for charts. So it can handle any type of influx or spike in traffic as people do utilize it. So we're just doing that. We're doing a few cleanup things. We're adding a search. We're widening the search functionality of it. Right now, I think it just searches off CoinGecko, but we're going to include the BSC, scan.com in that search result, so we can pull any coins that are on BSC on that right away. So we should have all that stuff wrapped up here in the next few days, coming days, and hopefully get this out of beta before the end of the year.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Do you want to give them an update on wallet? I know you
More than life itself.
You have a better grasp on the wallet side. I've seen there's a new APK, but I don't have the final update on that here from today or yesterday.
Yeah, wallet seems to be still neck and neck with PieSwap on who's going to come out first. So we do have a couple modules left to integrate in the wallet itself. And working on the little Venmo features for requesting and sending coin to and from your friends on your contact list. So they really are neck and neck with PieSwap, and we'll see which one does win when it hits the public on that.
Okay, there's a lot of questions. There seem to be a lot of questions on Pye regarding staking. A lot of the questions have to do with BNB and the 40%. Reflection of BNB to holders that stake. Some of these questions are actually regarding if I stake for LP or if I stake in the farming side, or what's going to be, am I going to earn both? Am I not going to earn both?
All right. How do we earn our BNB?
They are going to earn both.
They are going to earn both.
They are going to earn their
single
APR.
pool staking.
Yes, they will earn both. It will be in their wallet. I do believe, and this is the part where we will actually, because I do want to talk to our blockchain side and verify this side of it. The only thing that I do want to verify for you guys there in the community is to verify, is the stake and reward going to stay as a harvest or claim, and then the BNB is going to automatically reflect into the person's wallet, or is it going to both of them need to be claimed and they show up as part of the rewards earned, and then we harvest both. And that's something that I'm kind of hoping. I really want to go down the road of doing it to where, and this is something I brought out before, so this isn't the first time I've told them that, but it's something that I want to see where we ended up on that. Because
we're still open on that piece, so no hard decisions have been made on that.
okay, because I would rather it be automated on the BNB side, so they can just leave the tokens staked in the pool, or leave their LP in there, or whatever they want to do, and just keep earning their
You definitely want to do
rewards
that.
way as well. So we're going to confirm that. It's the only thing that I would say at this stage we need to finalize with our brand new shiny dev.
Sure.
That is kicking ass and taking names every day. But we will verify that, and we'll get back to you and let you know. I do want to, I don't know if I can bring this up or not. Are you going to let me?
I don't know. What do you got?
Actually, if I get Cryptic to say
What you
yes.
looking at? What are you looking at?
Should we tell them the good one more benefit of being a Pye holder in the month of January?
100%.
You
sure?
heard it from Cryptic.
You sure? You sure? I don't want anybody getting mad at me now.
This is a happy holiday.
Happy holiday. This is a Christmas present.
Yes.
All right. So it's been brought to our attention many times. I'd say I don't know that I go a day without hearing it. And Trevor is actually probably your biggest advocate in the Pye
That he
community.
is.
He's
He's relentless for you guys.
He is. He actually he runs picket signs outside my door.
Yeah.
Until he gets what he wants. So it's all good. I mean, I love him for having so much drive and passion to do the right thing and always have the best interest of our Pye community in his ear. So it has been asked of Eric and I multiple times over the course of the last, I'd say probably 90 days. Ish, somewhere in there, is how do the loyal holders of Pye get to participate with Moonforce? It has been asked many, many times.
That question.
That question, yes, the million dollar question. And so we have something special that we are going to do for all Pye holders. We believe that obviously we're on this journey together. We don't want anybody left outside of the opportunity that exists inside the ecosystem. Moonforce is a very deep core asset of the ecosystem, and based on its success in terms of its people that are coming forward, inquiring, the amount of demand that we are getting in terms of the requests and the inquiries, we know that it's definitely going to be something that it would be really not so cool if any Pye holder who wanted to take the shuttle ride with the commander-in-chief
Got left behind.
got
right?
left behind
Yeah.
of the Moonforce people. So what we are planning to do is offer a private pre-sale that will be a small allocation for holders of the Pye token. This will be, details will come. We will probably release them next week. But you are all going to have the opportunity. It'll be a no holder left behind situation because it definitely is going to be something that is going to kind of, with both of those two working together, it's going to be a very nice synergistic win
Oh, yeah.
for the bigger side of the community. And we want nobody to be the one of 5,000 people that didn't get in, or whatever the case may be. So we are committed to doing the loyalty side of this. We are, obviously, Dev Team 6 has been at it for quite some time. At least maybe in crypto it feels like quite
Right.
some time.
Those crypto years.
Crypto years are like dog years. But we certainly know that if you're here and you're part of this and you believe in being a part of the ecosystem to the degree that you have been, would really not be a good night to get a bunch of Telegram messages of people saying, well, I didn't get into the public pre-sale, I didn't get into this, and now Moonforce has gone to a place where it doesn't make sense for me to, get in right now. We want you in on the ground floor. And by the way, when I say it's a special thing, the number of Moonforce tokens per BNB is actually going to be, it's about a 30-40% more rate than it'll be for the actual whitelist sale for Moonforce. Then the whitelist sale and public sale will have the same amount per BNB. And then when it actually goes to Pye swap price, that is almost half the number per BNB than what our Pye holders are going to receive.
We're still doing some fine tuning.
Fine tuning. Well, I say
but
almost.
there definitely is a difference.
I said almost.
You did.
I didn't say exact
Just
number.
want people to hold, mint those words into
I know
bonds or something.
they'll manifest them into reality, but in the end, you guys are actually getting a better price than the current whitelisters and any of the public sale or pre-sale or any of the people that are participating or can participate. I've said it a million times. We've got 31,000 people on a ledger in a Google Doc of wallets for whitelisting. We can only choose another 120 of them, actually.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
But we only have a certain number of spaces. I don't even think we have maybe 2,000 or so, less than 2,000. I think it's 1,200 plus the 120.
2,000 total.
But then we have the public sale to
without
do.
the private, yeah.
Right. So we certainly have a inventory issue when it comes to Moonforce.
Yes, we do.
But you guys are going to actually get the best price on per BNB of Moonforce token that will ever exist in its history, and we feel we owe it to you guys. We feel you guys have more than earned the right to participate, and we're actually very excited to be able to do that.
You bet.
It does mean a lot to us to feel like
Pye family,
our fam, our nation, our everything that has been here to go through this journey, all the high winds and low winds and all the rainstorms and sunshine, days that we got to experience over the last 8 months or so together, are all going to culminate into this wonderful kickstart in 2022. And we couldn't think of doing it with better people than yourselves. So we're very excited about the opportunity to offer that to all of you. I do have some more questions just so I don't forget. I know that there are some people, and we'll give you details on how that's going to work. What is going to be the max contribution. But basically, I can tell you this, it's going to be, as long as you're a Pye holder, your wallet will be whitelisted for the private. I call it the private.
It is the private.
Because I don't really have a better coined phrase for it yet.
That's good.
But we'll come up with something fun. Maybe we'll call it the loyalty sale or something. But it will be for the people who are in the project. We will offer it to all people who've transitioned to the new Pye. You must have Pye in your wallet. We are, Cryptic has been fighting with me all day.
We might have a floor.
Whether about there should be a floor number of Pye tokens to hold. I don't necessarily think that might really be necessary because Pye's totally changed its tokenomics and total outstandings and a maximum out, but I think that's where we'll go. But we'll give you guys more information and details next week in anticipation that we're going to start that process. That process will start, and then we'll go from there to the whitelist sale, which is the people who have earned the right into the whitelist section or private section. And then from there, we will go to the public sale, which will be done on Moonforce platform. And then obviously it will stake the liquidity straight into PieSwap shortly after, right after the public sale is complete. So that gives you a little idea. We'll tell you what the price per BNB is, meaning the total number of tokens per BNB. We'll give you an update on your max limit. again, this is us doing it at a higher rate per B&B to give you kind of that nice reward, I guess you could say, for being here. But we'll give you the parameters, we'll give you the requirements, we'll give you all the stipulations that come with it, if there are any, and then make sure everybody is, on the same page and well aware of it.
Is that a question about Bitmart?
Yeah,
we're gonna have to
I
get
have
an
it.
update on Devin from that.
I have it on here, so I do want to update you guys on Bitmart really quick. I guess this is fortunate and unfortunate all on the same day. So Devin is working with Bitmart. He is very deeply involved with Bitmart. I was very unaware, this is not something I was familiar with, that Bitmart has not done the migration for the tokens. If that is the case and there's an issue when we go to do this situation, we will manually approve the wallets appropriately and make sure everything's good. And we may just make it so that anyone with the old Pye or the new Pye will have the access to get in. But when it comes to what's going on with them or how or what's the update on Bitmart, Devin actually flew out yesterday.
Where is Devin?
Devin flew out yesterday to his hometown in New Orleans. I guess you could say New Orleans, it's really Baton Rouge. But in reality, he has been waiting his whole life to have this flight that happened yesterday. And I say his whole life because he proposed to his girlfriend today. It was very nerve-wracking at first.
What'd she say?
Well, this is the part that, I was really nervous for him because he sent the video and it seemed like things were going to that direction, and then it happened.
Yeah, it was just like, bam.
It happened. She said yes.
Yeah.
She said yes.
I'm not even sure he asked her.
And that's the funny part. That's the funny part. And that's actually that's where I was going. He never formally in the video, which
Well, at least we didn't hear. Couldn't hear.
Maybe we should find out if we have any
We
authority to be able to share the video.
Oh.
In the video,
that could be good.
he never formally asks her.
I didn't hear him.
He just gets on his knee, and he's a man of a lot of words.
He does have a lot of words.
And I gotta admit though, what I am proud of him for is he didn't get down on his knee and go, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Will you marry me, et cetera, et cetera.
Et
I'll be really great, et cetera, et cetera.
I'll be a good husband, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I promise.
So anyhow, as soon as he's back, or I will probably call him tomorrow, and we will get an update, and we will update you guys as soon as possible.
But Bitmart holders, you will not be left behind.
No holder left behind.
That's right. We'll figure it out.
Marketing. Are we able to get a paid marketing article through Coin Telegraph, Coin Desk, Coin Square, etc. regards to Pye Swap being a pancake swap replacement? Cryptic, are you able? I know we have access to all of those, but are you gonna?
She's on top of it.
You gonna put that together? I know we already have a PR for it that's written and ready to go. But did we have something ready for Coin Telegraph?
Yeah, we've already spoken to them. So
You've already got contact and you've already got it set up. Okay. So expect that to happen. The only reason it hasn't happened is because obviously it'll go live as soon as we've confirmed the live date, public date for Pye Swap.
Yep.
We want to coordinate that appropriately.
That'd be
It
good.
would be nice to actually drop that PR on the day or days after we launch the platform, because going to a screen today that says this is protected material
Right.
isn't going to be very beneficial to everyone involved.
They frown on that.
So let's move on here. This is a great question. This next one is actually really interesting.
Yeah. Who takes breaks?
With Christmas around the corner, when will Dev Team 6 break for the holidays, and how will this affect Pye Swap and other technologies DT6 is building? So I'm going to give you our holiday schedule, so I want you
Good
guys
news. No breaks.
to understand how we work. We work for you, obviously. So our holiday schedule is as such. We actually will break on Christmas Eve at about 5 p.m. Arizona time. We will then reconvene on Christmas Day at about 5 p.m. That's our Christmas break. It will continue business as usual until New Year's Eve, which will then break again at 5 p.m., and we will then reconvene on New Year's Day at 5 p.m. I will say, though, I don't, with the nature of our team and how dialed in they are when it comes to continuing progress with everything that we're touching, just because we're breaking means they might be at home.
Right.
It doesn't preclude that, Cryptic's not running marketing, recon and setting things up on Christmas Day at 10 a.m., 30 minutes after her children opened their gifts, and she's just rocking and rolling and making sure that she's ahead of the game. So a lot of what I expect to happen is that 24-hour period is a lot of people will be still following up and progress will still be made.
It never stops.
It just won't be that they're committed to
Structured.
being physically here to do that as a team. So there might be a little bit of time to connect and things like that, but
Right.
we don't anticipate any sort of progress, disruption or any sort of progression issues when it comes to the team. We will let them sing jingle bells and, do the Christmas carols with their children or family members or whatever.
I just skipped a 4 there.
Do you ever stop to think about the people that you are helping? I'm 62 and I don't care about being mega rich, just want to be able to enjoy retirement. Thank you for giving me hope. Well, whoever
That's awesome.
this person is, this is, and I say this 100,000 times, Dev Team 6 is about impact, right? A lot of people, I think, unfortunately, in the world is very much developed around what is kind of become the going rate, per se, that people see from others. And us as humans, we spend a lot of time manifesting. And a lot of time we manifest opportunity to be something that people are after is their own self-enrichment.
Yeah, it's a little underwhelming.
And it is. It's very underwhelming to the degree that people, because that's the standard culture that lives, it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter what country you're from, it doesn't matter what language you speak. This is across humanity. We actually, one of our visions is actually to help change and transition the mindset from people to see that when you
be
give,
the hardest thing.
the more you give, the more you continue to help people and make impact on people, the more that you'll receive to continue to bless going forward towards people. And the more you do that, the more fulfilling it is. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't know a lot about all of our backgrounds. I mean, we do have stuff on our social accounts, which are very much a horrible litmus test of who we are and what we've done and where we've been and the things we've done in our past. This is not the first time we've tried to help people. We've been donating to children's hospitals all over this country for the last 10 plus years, millions and millions of dollars. We are interested in changing the world in terms of humanity. I'm a big proponent on, I just want to help people, that are stuck. There's so many, the homeless people thing really kills me. I don't think we have a problem. I think where the problem lies is that these are people that, are misunderstood or misguided or just don't know where to start.
Or they're left behind.
And how to get started.
Right.
And it's not about how to get started because you're going to start a business. It's about how do you get started just to start to find yourself and your purpose. And everybody has a purpose. It's just unlocking the passion behind it. And so thank you, Mr. or Mrs. 62-year-old.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you don't want to be mega rich. I get it. But on the same side, thank you for being a part of this journey with us, because that's the purpose.
That's right.
That is the whole point of what we're trying to do.
It is the whole
we will
point.
continue morning, noon, and night. I get asked all the time is, do you like what you do? And it's not even a loaded question. I wouldn't change anything we do for the world.
No.
I also
No.
I also wouldn't change.
Maybe the 20 hours a day.
Well, at least if
Maybe
you're
that.
if you're at 20 hours a day, you're 20 hours a week more than Elon Musk.
I know, that's slacker.
He's
only doing
he's
120
only
a week.
120. What the heck? But anyhow, there's so much that can be accomplished,
Oh yeah, it'll never stop.
and there's so much that we like. I mean, we face stuff every day. We face the positives. We face the cheerleaders. We face the criticisms. I get crucified. You get crucified. People say our names, all that kind of stuff.
And make up names.
And make up names and come up with stories and all that kind of stuff. But we are real people, and we have real hearts, and we have real souls. And we are where we're at today, and we have accomplished what we have today to be able to be a part of something great. And it's not like we started doing this journey. This journey, from this perspective, may have started back in April.
Sure.
But the true journey started probably maybe 8 years ago.
Yeah, at least.
For both of us. And we've got some of the best.
That's true.
We have some of the best people that are on the train with us, that are shoveling coal and keep fueling this fire to keep burning it forward. So we are very excited to be here. Thank you for the comments. Those are great, kind words.
Absolutely.
And we will continue. There is no quit. There is no failure. Just remember, it's a lesson or a blessing. Either one. You're either going to learn something while you're doing it and apply it moving forward so you can get to that end result that we've all talked about, or it's a blessing from the get because it was done and the success story and the result came out in the first place. But one thing you can always count on is that there is no way that we will ever look at what we're building as we can't get there. It's just a matter of how we get there. And we've been through some ups and some downs and some pieces and puzzles. God, did we learn so much over the last 8 months. And where we're at today, we are 8 times more valuable to you as a community, to people that are getting into cryptocurrency, because of what we've already gone through and how we've applied everything we now know moving forward. Acceleration, everybody wants it today, not yesterday, or not tomorrow. And learning all the things we have is going to allow us to get there quicker and a lot faster as we move forward.
And better.
And that is not just with what's already being done, but what's being done in the future. There's some exciting stuff in 2022 that
big stuff.
You guys are going to be excited about.
Big stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, I think we forgot Trevor today.
Oh,
Does he got some updates?
yeah, but I think we ran out of time, so we're just going to have to give Trevor
Cut him.
We're going to give him the boot.
Sorry, Trev.
Trevor, you
8
wanting?
minutes.
Oh.
We have plenty of time.
All right, 8 minutes. Go.
Fantastic.
Come on.
Oh, you're gonna come up?
Well, yeah. Let's let him have the whole floor.
The whole spotlight.
Yeah,
Let's let
fantastic.
him have the floor.
I'll use 2 chairs for this.
Oh goodness.
2 mics. I'm gonna go with this one. All right. So good evening to you guys. I have the winners from last week's holiday greeting card competition. As you guys know, we have switched over to a weekly competition versus doing Pioneer of the Week, Moderator of the Week, Pie Day Friday, so it's all under one roof now. All right then, so for the holiday greeting card, first place goes to BA. Thank you very much, sir. Greatly appreciate you. Second place is going to be SJC Pie. Really appreciate you, sir. And then the final winner, third place, is going to be JLLKMA, coming in clutch. All 3 have been winners in the past, and apparently they're the people to beat right now, guys. So I'm going to take this time to also announce next week's competition, which, I mean, it does kick off now and goes through the next AMA. This is going to be a video challenge, and it's going to be hashtag 2022, the year of Pie. I want to know, where will Pie take you in the new year? Where do you see Pie in a year from now? And the rules for this are simple. It has to be a minimum of 30 seconds, no longer than 2 minutes, though. Simple as that. And yes, it's going to be posted to Twitter with the hashtag 2022, the year of Pie. I'll make a post about it so you all can see it, but very excited to see what you guys can come up with.
You still have,
I have.
5 minutes.
I get to use this for 5 minutes.
Bring it.
What do you want to know?
Bring us home.
Give them some insight.
What about holidays?
Inspire.
Yeah, what about the holidays? What do we do today?
All right. So today, and I've been told I can't share the footage, but we went to a fantastic location to celebrate our Christmas party. We went to an axe throwing bar. It was super cool. I'm really good at it. You'll never see a video. I'm going to claim I took first place because no one is here to dispute that at all. I can say that. Oh, darn it. Yes, Tommy was the winner. He even printed himself off a sign.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're throwing stories out there. You didn't even make it to the finals, my friend.
I got cut.
Yeah, you sure did. I think they took you out in the round one. Well, anyhow, that wraps up the AMA. We will continue. Obviously, there's more questions. We are well aware of it. There's going to be continuous questions between now and the time that we actually go live publicly for PieSwap. There's going to still be migration questions. We're well aware of it. Please ask those questions of Trevor and the community mods. They will take those questions and bring them and get you answers. If you're not getting heard or you're not getting answers, feel free to reach out to us on Telegram. Myself, Eric, Ebony, Devin, any of the team members. We will be happy to try to get you answers. Sometimes I know people do post questions, and sometimes there's confusion as to it's a question, not a statement, that type of thing. So please make sure that you get with us, and we'll definitely get you guys taken care of. So with that being said, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Thank you for everything, and we can't wait to talk to you guys next week. Have a good one.